Hello, I'm going to be talking about the project I contributed to for GitHub contribution. So, in my discussion, my PM or TA told us that we should use like the open source club. So I looked through them and I thought this was interesting because I wanted to start like a React and Node.js like backend, but it wasn't. I probably should have picked something simpler, but it's okay. So this is the issue at hand, and when I'm done recording this, I'm gonna submit the zip folder here. The folder that I'm using is this one, and it's gonna have like all the build elements for Node.js. I could have submitted it before this, but it's okay. Back to this. So I'm going to add a comment here with like the files, like the zip folder most likely, because it'd be easier that way. I didn't see any other way because I also searched it, and usually I can like create a pull request, but I think this has been closed for some reason. I didn't notice that till now, but it's okay. I can include the comments. So what I did was basically just start this from scratch. Like I had to install Node.js was probably might have been the hardest part. Just include the path variable, but just the whole setup of it. And the link that I'm going to be using is right here. So I'm going to add that in my Canvas submission. What I did, let's go to my code. Basically, I had to start like a new project and I created like all these files like the build modules, node modules. And the source folder, I added like calling a board. The board had these elements, and with the board.css, I was able to format it. Back in here it is. And also clock. These are simple. The internet actually has a lot of information on React. I was pretty surprised. And so this is the application. So not exactly like, but I think pretty good for just the first time just contribution. And if I want to reconfigure, I didn't expect for it to be as straightforward as it was. I thought it'd be like the most complicated thing I've done, but it wasn't. What didn't work was I tried to like build the files from scratch, and you can't do that. You have to build a new project in Node.js, and then you can start editing files and adding files. So that's was my biggest issue, and that was the biggest roadblock. Or just a little display I can control. C to terminate. Then I can do NAF start build, and here we go. The app opens up as expected. What I learned is that um, React Node.js isn't the most complicated thing in the world. It looked a lot more intimidating, and I'm looking forward to learning a bit more with this because now that I have